Hey guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, July 23rd, 2013. This is Jennifer, and I have a very unusual circumstance today because normally I only record one time and then I edit out all my mistakes and then I'm done. My first recording, for whatever bizarre reason, was corrupt. It's never happened before. And then the second time, right in the middle of recording, I got a phone call that I had to take, so I had to stop and I totally lost my train of thought. So we're just going to start over again. So here we go. It is Tuesday. Yesterday, Monday, I did a big post on So Hooked for Christmas in July. Craftsy is doing a big Christmas in July event, and they featured one of my patterns for in their free pattern section. So my Sweet Sue Tops the Tree, which is a little Sunbonnet Sue standing on a stool, putting a star on top of a Christmas tree. It's a free 12-inch pattern that I designed for a quilting gallery event, I think maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, they featured it on Craftsy, and I was really excited to see that, so I did a huge post, and it was all Christmas themed. It was everything Christmas and winter themed that I had designed in the past, and it's free patterns for sale patterns and a little story on all of the different patterns. During all of this, I shared my Holly Jolly patterns as part of what I have decided to call the Summer Sue Makeover. You know, I did the set of Monster Madness and the set of Fairy Tale Femmes, and I am now offering those individually on Craftsy. I talked about those last week. So now I've added Holly Jolly, which is the holiday themed set of Sunbonnet Sue patterns that I have. So Holly Jolly looks like this. There's a little Santa, a little tree, Mrs. Claus, Santa's helper, and Wee Penguin. Now, Wee Penguin has actually changed in the Holly Jolly set. This penguin is now about this tall. And the reason I did this is I've been asked repeatedly why the penguin was so big in the set, and you know what? They were right. It just never occurred to me that he was sort of ginormous penguin in scale. He's bigger than Santa, so that's a big penguin. So anyway, the penguin is now small, but because this penguin has been such a popular pattern, when you buy him individually, you get the little penguin and the full-size penguin. So whichever penguin you want, tiny penguin, big penguin, you get both in the when you buy just the penguin. So, but when you buy the Holly Jolly set, you get these four with a better scaled penguin. So these are all available on Craftsy individually, $2 each, or you can get the whole set for $6.50. So that's the Summer Sue Makeover continues. That's 3 sets that I finished so far. I think I have 8 sets total, so 6 more sets to go. And then amazingly, what's been really fun for me is I keep finding patterns that I drafted when I was originally working on all of these Sunbonnet Sue patterns that I've never shared with you guys because for one reason or another, they just didn't quite fit in the set, or I didn't have a good idea of what I wanted to call it or whatever. So I have a lot of patterns that I'm throwing out there that are extra patterns that are sort of supplements to the different sets. So there's a pattern that goes with Holly Jolly that's a supplement called Santa and His Bag. So it looks very similar to this Santa, but he has his little bag of toys with a present sitting right here. And so that's one pattern for this. And I actually have a lot more patterns that will go with Holly Jolly as I get them finished up. But right now, just Santa and His Bag is the extra. And there are lots of other really fun sort of Christmassy things there. Part of the reason I wanted to talk about Merry July was I'm having a giveaway, and at the end of the post there is a question. You answer the question in the comments, and then you're entered to win a free copy of 100 blocks from this. I think this was the spring issue. This was the summer issue, summer 2013. So this had my Make Lemonade block was in this issue. So and my quilt that I made from that lemonade block is also in there. So that is the block, the lemonade with the 2 lemons, and then that is the quilt. So anyway, answer the question, and then next Monday I will give away a copy of this magazine. Speaking of giveaways, remember that if you post a video in July to ttmt.livejournal.com, you will be entered in a drawing to win this bag that I will then fill with goodies especially for you. All you have to do is record your video, post it to ttmt.livejournal.com, and then you'll have a chance to win this bag. Last week was week 10 in the Doctor Who Stitch Along on Fandom and Stitches, and I did want to share my 10th Doctor with you. This is my version of the 10th Doctor. I actually designed this pattern with the help of my daughter. This is the second draft of a pattern that I did. The first one was much more complex and much less 10th Doctor-y, so I just really wanted to capture him, and when I asked her what she really wanted, she wanted gravity-defying hair, she wanted eyebrows, she wanted a fabulous jawline, and she wanted pinstripes. So that's what she got. And I hope you guys like this 10th Doctor pattern. My daughter really loves it, and it is part of her Doctor Who quilt, as you can see. There will be a new pattern tomorrow, the 11th week, which, as everyone has probably figured out by now, will be the 11th Doctor, because obviously there has been a theme. We have 2 patterns left, tomorrow and next week, and then the first Wednesday in August we will be posting any patterns that are submitted that are supplemental patterns. So say if you designed your own hand embroidery pattern to supplement the designs that the Fandom and Stitches designers created, we will share those on Wednesday, August 7th. Speaking of the Doctor Who Stitch Along, I have 9 doll-like patterns printed out and ready to make for the doll-like border for my daughter's quilt. I have lots of grays. She wants them to be scrappy, so I'm going to do each one in 2 different colors of gray. I especially like this one. And then on the body of the doll-like, I'm going to do French knots so that they have their little bumps. This is the actual border fabric that she picked out, so they will be on a starry background. And this is the back of the quilt. So border fabric and back fabric, very similar, definitely from the same family of fabrics. I had originally thought I would finish the border and then give it to one of my friends that is a long arm quilter and have her quilt it for me. But just last week my daughter asked me to specifically quilt it for her. She wants me to quilt it beginning to end, which if you guys have been around for any length of time, you will know that when I made her Inuyasha quilt, the same exact thing happened. I got the quilt top made, I was going to have someone else quilt it, and then she asked me to quilt it because she wanted me to be the only one to have worked on it. So as soon as I get the border on, I will baste it and I will quilt it myself. I have until almost the end of August to get it done, so I think the border will take me just a couple of days to do. The quilting will probably take me a little bit longer, but I will free motion quilt it on my home sewing machine and I'll get it done for her. That's what she wants, that's what I'm going to do. So you can see my lovely backdrop back here are stars for Linus. I am working on doing an entire page of stars for Linus. This block right here was designed by our own Bashnila, and she let me edit this, and it is going to be a 12-inch block available for free through Sew Hooked as soon as I get this special Stars for Linus page completed. It'll actually have a tab at the top of Sew Hooked when I'm done. So it's not up yet. I'm trying to collect really fun 12-inch star patterns. If you have a favorite 12-inch star pattern that's free, leave me a link in the comments and I will add it to this collection. And because I have done this so many times, I feel slightly discombobulated. I can't remember what I've already said and what I haven't. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out today. Don't forget to visit Fandom and Stitches tomorrow for the 11th week in the Doctor Who Stitch Along. Don't forget to stop by Sew Hooked and comment for a chance to win a free signed Quiltmaker magazine. And don't forget about the Talk to Me Tuesday challenge. Post your video for a chance to win a handmade bag by yours truly, and I will stuff some goodies in it for the winner. And that is going to be it. We're going to try to get this edited. Hopefully it's not corrupt and nobody has called during this one, so we're good to go. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. I almost forgot, I recorded a little video for you guys on Friday, and I'm going to insert that here. Hey guys, it's Friday, and I have a little something I want to show you today because I am giving it away tomorrow, so I won't have it to show you on Tuesday. So you're traveling a little bit back in time for this, and this is a new design that I came up with, and it's based on an old stencil that I drew several years ago for a class that I taught, and I've never shared the stencil. I turned it into an embroidery pattern and decided it would make a really awesome birthday gift for my mom, whose birthday is at the end of this month, and I also think it'll be a great embroidery pattern to sell. I've actually never sold any embroidery patterns before, but I've had plenty of practice now designing. So I decided that this will be my first pattern to sell, and this is what this guy looks like. So this is a blue bonnet that I drew several years ago for, like I said, a stencil. So you may recognize the design from that. I taught a stenciling class and we actually stenciled this design, and I adapted it for an embroidery design and put new text. So let's see, it's got, I used like an ombre thread, which I'm not 100% happy with, but I kind of like it. It gives it a little bit different lighting. And then I used a variety of stitches. There's chain stitch and stem stitch and back stitch, and there are some sort of half lazy daisies. There are some little French knots here. That's what these little guys are. It's hard to see on the white, but there's some little French knots there. And then the word blue bonnet's actually all back stitch. So the embroidery design will be on my Craftsy shop pretty soon, if it's not already. But the pillow was super easy to make. The inside is a 12-inch block. I put 2-inch sashing, top and bottom. It's 2 different pieces. And then this is a 16.5-inch piece of fabric that I sewed. I sewed them together, wrong sides together, flipped it outside, did a 1/4-inch seam. I left a hole in the bottom, stuffed it, closed the seam, hand stitched the little flappy opening, and it's all done. And I'm, like I said, giving this away tomorrow, so I just wanted to make sure I got to share this with you guys. I have now done this so many times I can't remember if I recorded this part or not, so I'm going to say it again, and then if I have recorded it, I will just edit this out.